Right, in Grateful Parties is my next guest, ladies and gentlemen. My first guest tonight, actor, author, comedian and film producer, one of the greats from America, Alan King. I've never seen you without that cigar in your hand.
Well, you've never been to bed with me.
You're here because over the years I've come to see, and you are an angry man, or you purport to be an angry man. You've mellowed a little.
Oh, yes, right.
But what about this trip over this time? No complaints about the airline?
They ought to be arrested. Airline travel is a capital offense. I talk about food. Did you ever eat food on an airline? Did you ever see that lady come down with the steak, the color of that Lou Blue, the stuff they put in a jar, you know? You know why people eat airline food? Because there's no other way to... You can't get up and walk out, can you? Whatever they tell you to do, stand up, sit down, go to the John Doe, whatever, smoke, don't smoke, they put that food in front of you, eat it because you figure maybe it's your last meal. and you don't want to go to hell hungry, do you? You ever see the food on the airlines? It looks like it's been eaten before. What else do you want to know?
I want to know. Well, you're talking about food. Are you a good cook yourself? Do you cook in your house?
I cook out of self-defense. I've had two women in my life. My mother who cooked too much and my wife who doesn't cook at all. She wouldn't go in the kitchen unless she had to go through it to get to the garage. I've been married 39 years. There should be a rim shot after a joke like that. What do I do with the ashes? Well, all right. Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was an architect's tool or something. Actually, when I was married 39 years ago, my wife cooked lamb for about 16 straight days. And it's absolutely true, and I don't wear wool anymore. I've been known to walk by a meadow and kick a sheep in the butt, you know. You know, I'll tell you a very interesting story. Not funny, but interesting. About 6 months ago, I get a call from Frank Sinatra. As you know, Frank Sinatra's in charge of all entertainment in the United States now. You can't sing the national anthem at a basketball game unless you're clear with Frank. You know, when the hijackers that were trying to land in Sicily, Reagan called Frank for permission to land. Now, I don't mind if I do. I get a call that they're having a benefit in Palm Springs, California, in the desert, for the General Eisenhower Hospital, and if I would be the Toastmaster, they're honoring Mr. Reagan, President Reagan. I haven't seen Ronald Reagan in several years, and I go out there. I don't like Palm Springs. I like big cities, London, New York. My contemporaries are all retiring in Palm Springs. You know, they say you live longer, it only seems longer. I would rather be mugged than bored to death. I get to Palm Springs, and there's a press conference. There's about 1,000 newspaper people in front of the Sheraton Plaza Hotel. The wind is blowing 40 miles an hour. Not one hair on Ronald Reagan's head moved. I never saw anything like it. I couldn't pay attention to what he was saying. I was fascinated by his hair. What the hell has he put on it? Palm trees were bending in the wind, and his hair didn't move. But his neck kept swaying. Wait a minute. Did you ever see a neck like Ronald Reagan? It looks like a turkey. Well, I told that story at the dinner. And I guess only in a free and a democracy can you do it. I'm telling a story about Ronald Reagan's hair, and I told him right there at the dinner that whatever he sprays his head, he should spray his neck with. And he's laughing. Jimmy Carter was there. Nobody told him he lost.
So many times I've seen you do routines about your children, but now I have to say to you, you get just as angry about grandchildren, because you know,
Well,
You're a grandad.
I'm a grandfather. And maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know about it. You know, I get to visit your country a couple of times a year. But in America, we've got a major problem. That's we care nothing about our aging. And I don't want to be serious about it, but I have to. And it's shocking because, we keep these people alive because of medical science. For what reason? So we can discard them, so we can ignore them. And maybe I feel this strongly about it because I'm a grandfather now. I'm getting old. You know, my wife said, I've been in this business 45 years, and I started at 13, and you don't have to be an accountant to figure out I'm 58 years old. And my wife says 58 is middle-aged. How many people you know live to be 116? So let's forget about that. Now I'm old. My father will be 95 on the 11th of April. My mother is 86. And we'll never see the likes of these people again, Des. And as Arthur Miller said in Death of a Salesman, attention must be paid. It's a very serious thing in our society. My father at 95, I've known Nobel laureates and Pulitzer Prize. I never met anybody like my old man. I mean, we were kids of the Depression. We were immigrants. We were 8 children, 7 boys and 1 girl. And I look at my father. They just visited with us in New York. My father at 95 smokes 15 cigars a day, and I never heard him cough. I send him a box of my cigars. He trades them in for 40 boxes of White Owl. He drinks a half a bottle of whiskey a day, and I've never seen him drunk. Do you know my father gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning. The first thing he does is has a little shot, you know, a little taste. And I forgot that, you know, because they live in Florida and we live in New York. But 6 in the morning, I remember that sound, little... That's how he got his heart started every morning. You know, that's why I'll drink to that. Do you know that my father, and I'm very serious about this, my mother's always worried about my father. And she keeps saying to me, he still drinks at 6 o'clock in the morning. Why don't you talk? I'm the only one who listens to because I got all the money in the family, you know. And I said to my mother, leave him alone. Let him drink at 6 in the morning. He's 95. Maybe he's right, you know. Leave the old man alone. My mother said he should have a little bran in the morning. If there's anything that my father doesn't need in the morning, is bran. Nobody could follow my father into the toilet. Nobody. Wait a minute. You want to laugh or you want to listen? When my father comes out of the toilet, the wallpaper is peeled. The window shades are flapping in the breeze. When we were kids, we used to send a dog in first. You know that my brother Lou bought a canary like a coal mine. He used to stick the cage right in the toilet. If the canary lived, then we would go.